Hello. So what I've done now is I've created a few batch files, actually several batch files. And what they do is it backs up all the videos I've made. So basically, I just launched it and it started. You notice this just popped up. This folder did. It just created this folder. So as you watch, it's going to create an Excel file, and what it's doing is creating macros so that I can just load everything into an Excel file and it'll link everything for me. And to prove that it's working, I'll just do this little number right here. Move this down here. Um, you'll be able to see the files are actually building. So you can see they're actually building right now. And what it's doing is compiling all the data that I need for all these files. These are all the video files. Um, I have it where it searches, a specific folder for all the video files inside any folder inside that directory. Um, so it grabs everything within any folder within that directory and it compiles them all into one major list where I can grab the data, manipulate the data into any um, I format the data into a way in where it can be used in a visual basic Excel program. Basically, it's a macro that goes into an Excel, and I'll show you how it works. It's now actually writing this program was very difficult, but loading a macro into Excel is very easy. Basically, this part of it's the hardest part right here. It took me a few days. I've been working on it. I guess I started on it sometime around October, but I didn't really start working on it until about last week. Last week's when I really decided I was going to go ahead and do this. So I started working on it for the last, I'd say about 7 or 8 days. I've been working on this. So you can see it's compiling all the data. These are all the videos that I've, made, trying to get somebody to tell the truth. Nobody to tell the truth. I don't understand how you guys can just look at me in the eyes and just smile and pretend. I just can't understand, how people can be that way. But anyway, I'm going to keep doing this video. Um, it takes about 6 or 7 minutes for this program to run and compile all the data. But as you can see, it's still building the files. You'll see they're still building over here. They're still building. It is creating more files as it goes along. It just keeps it'll create more and more files until it has everything that it needs, to compile the data or to build the macro. But it's almost done. I'm up to 1,000 videos now here. It's not really 1,000 total. It's about 1,414 videos that I've made trying to get somebody to tell the truth. In a lot of these videos, I got evidence against, but the cops won't look at it. We're almost done though. It's up to 2049. So I incremented it. I changed the numbers because based on I didn't know where I left off, so I just added. I just jumped up to 2,000 because I didn't remember where I left off. But I'm almost done. There's like one or two more folders here. One or two more folders to go through. Yeah, this should be the last one. There we go. So now it's going to grab the data and now it's writing a macro. It's actually writing a macro. So I'm staying still in the same, you'll see the file will pop up here. The macro file will pop up here. Actually, the Excel file will come up here, and it'll have the macros folder inside here. It'll come up inside in here in this folder. But you can look at the time and date stamps, so you can see that it was just done. It's December 31st, 2024, 11:44. You can see it's 11:49, December 31st, 2024. So you can see that it's creating everything right now as you're watching. So this is the start of the program. When I started it, it created these folders. Um, it created these folders as soon as I started it. You can see I was editing this up to about you know 10:30 a.m. is when I finished the last batch file in here. I believe 10:30 a.m. That's when I finished the last one. I believe. I'm looking here, it doesn't have the list of it. So if we buy details, yeah. Well, I know I've worked on them a little bit more. I mean, they were created a certain day, but I worked on them today. Today I edited some of these today. It says that was created on this day, I believe. Let's see, the last one I edited would have been this one. So let's just look at the properties. Yeah, so I modified it, about 11 o'clock today. That's when I quit writing about that time, 11 o'clock. So now you can see that, well, go back here. Oh, that's the wrong folder. It's up here. Here it is. So it's created the Visual Basic Files folder. When it's done, there's going to be an Excel file right here on the very front of this thing, on the very front of this. But if you go inside here, you'll see that, it's created the links, you know, or the pages. This is for the pages. That's a Visual Basic file right there, and this is just a text file. When it's done, there will be another one for all the links to it. Because first, what I do is I put all the data there, and then I link everything. And what it's doing is you're going to see I'm going to link over 1,400 videos in just a matter of a few minutes instead of taking 20 days to link 1,400 videos through Excel. So I can just do it through a macro real quick. And again, if I add new videos, I just run this thing again, and it'll just link everything for me again. So I don't have to go and recreate this thing over and over again. It creates it, based on what's in the folders, which I think is pretty neat. And these things where I say I had a trip to a certain area, um, there's a lot of video proof that people know who I am everywhere I go, just by looking at those videos. You can see everyone knows who I am everywhere I go, all over the United States, to New Jersey, through everywhere. Everyone knows who I am everywhere I go, even in Jersey City, even in Vietnam. People know who I am wherever I go. The Dubai airport, everywhere I go. Philadelphia, you name it. Everywhere I go, everyone knows who I am. And I just can't understand how you guys can sit here and lie to my face every day to make me homeless. But this is almost done. It's been running for, I don't know. It takes about 10 minutes, I guess, for this thing to run. It's almost at 10 minutes now, I think. Yeah. So 11:44. That one's at 11:50. So it's running. It's been running about 10 minutes, but it's getting close to being done. Um, looks like I'm halfway through the files right here. Halfway through. After this, it goes real quick. Right now what it's doing is it's formatting the data. It's formatting the data that I've compiled, and it's formatting it into a way in which Visual Basic will be able to read this and put it in a macro and create the page. It's kind of like when you write an HTML page for the internet. You put certain, it has to be formatted a certain way for a link to show up on a page or just text on a page. Well, this is the same thing with Visual Basic. It's has to be formatted a specific way or it will not read the code and understand what it is. And to do that, you have to manipulate anything that's a link like this. These are going to be links. You have to manipulate the data format it into a way where it can be read, um, you know, with Visual Basic or with a Excel macro. It puts it into an Excel macro. This video may be too long to post because usually what I've seen is the videos. You can only post a 15-minute video online, and most people don't even want to watch a whole 15-minute video. So what I'll probably do is just I'll post the whole thing on there so you can see that it's one whole long video, and I'll put some little time frames in there, in the notes saying, this is where it started, this is what it's doing. You can watch the whole thing, and then this is the end of the video, the end results. That number one, that'll be proof that it is the macro that's doing this, and it is written in Excel, and that I did, that I'm not just copying and pasting files. I'm actually creating the macro with a batch file. This is just a DOS batch file, and that comes with a program with your computer. It's DOS. It comes with your computer. But I can tell, it's almost up because it's about a 15-minute video already. So it'll be two parts to this video.